Hello, brethren. I greet you this morning. Today we are going to look at a reading from the Bible, the book of Mark, chapter 9, verse 50. I read, "Salt is good, but if it loses its saltness, how can you make it salty again? Have salt among yourselves and be at peace with each other." Amen. So what the Bible is telling us this morning is that the Lord God is comparing our lives, some essential values that He has placed in human, with salt. We know that when salt is added to any food, it makes it tasty. It makes you feel the real taste of that food. The same way God has created man in His image on earth and placed a superior values in us that distinguish us from other animals. That makes us superior to other created beings, so we take dominion over them. So that's why the Bible is not telling us that if we humans begin to lose these superior values that the Lord God has placed in us, that means we are no longer good for anything except to be destroyed. Yes. So when salt loses its saltness, it is no longer good for anything. It must be thrown away. And in our lives, we can look at some passages in the Bible, like Sodom and Gomorrah. When people in Sodom and Gomorrah lost their sense of reasoning, their superior values, where man began to marry man and woman began to marry woman, God saw that they were no longer good for anything, so He destroyed them. The same way in our times, people are beginning to lose superior values that God has embedded in them. Nations are rising on other nations, forcing them to pass LGBTQ laws, making them to adopt libertarian theory, free will, that man is free to marry whatever he or she wants to marry. Woman can marry woman, a man can marry man. Woman can marry an animal, a man can marry an animal, provided that is the choice of that person. That is what, if only that person has feelings for that thing, even if that thing is a thrill, then he or she has the right to marry that thing. This tells us that we are losing the superior values that God has embedded in us. What animals will not do, that is what man is now trying to do. So if we lose that sense of superiority in us, then we can no longer rule over other created beings. We are going to pollute them too. So it is better for God to destroy humanity, God to destroy man from the earth and find a new species. So brethren, as long as it is today, let us uphold the essential values that God has embedded in us. Else, if we lose these our values, we are no longer good for anything. Do not let anyone deceive you that free will surpasses the will of God in our lives. Do not let anyone mislead you to do what will arouse the anger of the Lord against you and your generation. So let us be mindful. Let us be careful with right. Those rights are now misleading man, making man to act in a way that will arouse the anger of the Lord God. So let us try to escape from the repercussions of the coming wrath of God. Let us try to maintain our human values, our superior values that makes us superior to other created beings. so that we'll continue to dominate and rule over all other things that the Lord God has created on earth. I thank you for making time with me. Continue to follow me. Continue to follow me for other videos of mine. Thank you very much. Thank you.